What would be those couple of things that make sense for you?
Yeah, we've been public about this. I think getting larger in private equity could make sense for us. We've been in the private equity business for as long as we've been in existence, but it just hasn't kept pace with the rest of the business in terms of real estate, infra, and credit. I think there's an argument that someone of our size and global reach should be larger generally in private equity.
I mean, there's a lot of players out there and probably a lot of smaller players who would love to be part of the Ares platform. How do you evaluate that when you look for potential managers to buy? What are the characteristics of a good private equity bolt-on to Ares?
I just realized now my phone is going to be ringing all day from every investment
Everyone's going to be pitching
banker
you, for sure.
Look, it's all about track record, and this is something that people don't talk about enough, and so I'm going to answer your question a little bit differently, because when you get into a world that we're living in now where you're seeing outflows and volatility in stock prices, it all comes down to fundamental performance, and top quartile, top decile performers that can demonstrate that they can deliver outsized return in any environment grow. So we have a simple saying at Ares that assets follow performance. If you perform, you grow, and if you do well for your investors, they do well by you. So particularly in markets like private equity, and frankly, when you get into the equity part of the capital structure, even in real assets, performance is kind of the top criteria. And then I think it's about, can you really generate alpha? And this is going to be the big shakeout in PE. We're coming off of a decade where you had a lot of beta players who, because of the rate environment that we were in and because of the nature of supply demand in the market, were generating what looked to be best-in-class returns. And now that arbitrage is gone, and you really have to, you're going to get an opportunity to see which private equity managers can really make companies better and transform them. And I think those are the ones that you would want to own.
Do you think they're far and few between?
I think there are. I think if you were to actually look at the math, and this is something that we do in our secondaries business, when you look at the number of managers globally who can really generate alpha consistently, there just aren't that many.